Um, Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me where you're from, how you got started in skateboarding at all. What was that journey like? What was that? So tell me a little bit about you.
So me, I'm just my name is Blue. So I got that name obviously from skateboarding. My real name is Nhlanhla, and then I'm from a small town, small area. There's not a much of like people that do other stuff. It's mostly like school, soccer, all the other things that people know about. There's no like creativity. So when I first like found out about skateboarding was like through the shows I used to watch when I was a kid. Like on TV, I would watch like skateboarding shows. I'll watch like these two characters called Zeke and Luther. That was on Disney XD at that time. It was for like little kids. So I would watch that, get inspired of like how they were acting on that program, on that TV show as skaters. So that kept on playing in my head, and I didn't know there were skaters around my neighborhood. Then I saw skaters. Then I was like, yo, if I get that, one day I'm gonna get that skateboard. Truly, how it started, like my parents couldn't afford a skateboard for me that time. So like I had to make a plan. So what I did, I went to steal one. Understand? That's how it started. I saw a skateboard in this other house, like behind the gates, and then
You
I
got started, you made a plan to steal a um
skateboard.
a
Yeah.
skateboard, and how did that work out?
Yeah, so I stole the skateboard, and then pretty much from there, like it started becoming like part of me. Like I have to skate. It became like attached to me. Like everything I would do bad, I would be bad at school. Not saying like I'll be bad, like as in bad. Like I would not like focus. I would lose concentration. Yeah, so I would always skate. Come back from like when I come back from school, I would throw my bag away there and then pick up the skateboard, go skate. So everything will be just skateboarding. My conversation will be around skateboarding. And yeah, as I grow up, like that's been part of me. But I'm not saying I didn't go back to school and did other stuff, but like that was pretty much my upbringing with skateboarding.
Yeah.
And so now, like I'm 24 years old. I started when I was 12. Yeah, that will be yeah. That's how I started skateboarding. Like, and it didn't. Sometimes I wouldn't get skateboards because you know how fully like skateboards all the time they break and stuff like that. You need parts, you need that, you need that. So I'll do the same thing. Go steal it somewhere. Go steal it somewhere. Because I'm from like a neighborhood where we don't have much. Like it's so hard to get something. So yeah, that's pretty much I would do. But I forgave all the people that I stole skateboards from. Forgave me. I told them what happened during that time, and we still see eye to eye. Like yeah, like that's how I corrected my. That's how I wrote my wrongs.
I
So
was
I don't
about
know.
to ask, like, what did people notice? Like some young kid, that's my skateboard and he's on it.
Yeah, I mean, I learned through it. I learned through skateboarding. I learned a lot of like life through skateboarding. Like with the actions that I was with actions that took place during that time. Like I learned respect through skateboarding. I learned not to steal because I was stealing. I learned love. I learned how to listen. A lot of things I picked up from skateboarding, but not
Yeah.
only skateboarding. I had to also do some other stuff in terms of like to have a great character and then to maintain the character. Still do, yeah. But a lot. I learned a lot. Not to smoke. I've never done any drugs. Um, I did drink some alcohol, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't my thing. So yeah, I picked up a lot of like bad habits, and then I got rid of those bad habits
Yeah.
while I was in skateboarding. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a competitive gymnast growing up. I'm very old now.
Mm.
And it taught me respect for others, but also respect for myself. It taught me discipline. It taught me how to be coachable, not just as an athlete. but as a person, how to kind of see a different perspective. Because I don't know about you, but when I would hear a coach say like, you're doing this wrong, let's try it this way, like knee-jerk reaction is like, no, I'm doing it the way I want to do it.
Same here. Same here. I was like that. I was like on top of my head. But when I was young, and then I started like listening to people, started listening to the people, even though I didn't like speaking to them, but I started listening to them. They had a thing, it's not only about the people that love you, show you the way, even though the people that don't love you, they also show you the way, they play parts. So I
Yeah.
started opening my ears that wide. Similar to what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, sport in general, but especially my sport, it taught me so much more than just gymnastics. It taught me how to connect with people. Um,
Yeah.
and it's something that you can take the girl out of the gym. You can make me not a coach anymore, but it doesn't do away with that relationship I have with the athletes.
That's what people need to understand. That's what we want to teach our youth, our young people. It's not about the sport. It's about the sport is just
It's
everything
so much
else
bigger.
makes sense. That's what we want to teach the young kids. It's not about the sport. Sport, it's little. I liked what she's just said now, and I love that. And we've been speaking about that around. Like every time we meet eye to eye with these other athletes that are so big in this country.
Yeah.
They don't have that. They're missing just that part. They're brilliant. They have numbers. They win medals here and there, but character is
Yeah.
lacking. And yeah,
And it's also
that's the
something we see. I have a background in counseling, coaching, mentoring, journalism, lots of things. But it's something I see working with young people, young athletes, that I mean, you're still in this time, you hear, okay, that you are still developing, like as a human, your brain is still developing. And it's important to recognize you are more than an athlete. You are more than your
yes.
accomplishments. You are more than a skateboarder.
Yeah, it becomes that family type of relationship. Like I have to do anything so these girls can get to that. You understand? I have to almost like sacrifice myself in pieces. I understand.
Yeah.
That's where I stand, even with my own life, where I'm from. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to impact these kids as much as I can, and trying to show them the difference. So yeah, it becomes
Well,
part of your world. You know what you mean?
so you're sitting here, you work at a school. It doesn't sound
Yeah,
like you enjoyed school all that much growing up.
yeah,
So
yeah.
how did you get to working in a school and working with these young kids?
So how I got here, it's mostly what I've been doing after high school. So I started like I didn't love school so much, but I did have love for the kids and for youth. So how I ended up here, I started this thing in my own neighborhood, like taking care of kids and mental coaching them, getting them into sports, getting them teachers around the community to help them with their homeworks, schoolwork, and anything that can help them progress uh, with the assignments that they have on a daily basis. I was saying I ended up here because of the little things that I used to do in my community, helping out these kids because they don't have full support from their own parents in terms of like schoolwork and personal upbringing, like mental, like also physically. They don't have anything to do physically that will keep them believing in themselves. So I stepped in as that barrier to their lives, and then I started doing these little projects no funds, nothing from my heart, from my own pocket. And then people will notice it on social media, and then that's how I ended up here at a school where everybody has everything, but they're still missing that part we were talking about. So I'm here to do the same thing, but it's a little bit of it. And then back in my community, it's just full. It's just a full thing. Yes.
Pretty amazing stuff has happened for you. Tell me about your journey with or skateboarding, and then your journey with Say Yes, how you found Say Yes, how you helped you with this achievement of the scholarship and your success.
Yes. So how did I find Say Yes? Is through my other coach, Shanae. She's been amazing to my life. Like she's impacted my life in many positive ways, and in terms of like being an athlete and being around people. So I didn't know I was gonna like fully become like huge in skateboarding like that. I just wanted to be around her, like and just learn from her, and then take that from her to give back to my community. Like as a lot of kids want to also develop themselves and also have a good character in life. So I got to say yes. It was through her. Like she nominated me, and then yeah, last year I got accepted, and then I started taking this program very serious. Like as I would speak through my journey and stuff, right, things will always become positive. Even though there's a lot of things were happening that were negative, but I could look on the positive side more and just become consistent with that. And it helped me. It has helped me so much, like to shape myself and with everything that I do.
Talk to me more about skateboarding, and Bridget told me that you have been awarded a 4-year scholarship to train.
Yeah, that 4-year program, which is going to take place in America. So that came about, I think last year we submitted a video of me skating. Yeah, I was skating this other category called park skateboarding, which is different from other types of skateboarding. So in South Africa, there's only 4 guys that do that, including me. So I was selected to go like represent SA in the Olympics in 2028, and then that's how the program started. So it's mostly so I need to train as much as I can during these 4 years. Yeah, and hence also join these programs to help me with my mental and also help me navigate myself a bit because I'm not perfect. I do a little bit mistakes there and there, and yeah.
What is one thing you've learned about yourself through skateboarding, but also through this experience of earning this scholarship, working with other young people?
One thing I can say: never forget who you are, even though things are happening. Just remain humble. Like I've remained so much. I've remained humble in everything that I do. Sometimes it can be about those titles and these big things happening, but I don't forget where I come from and who am I. I don't. I Yeah. So I'm still myself. Like like I still do what I do on a daily basis. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I can say. And yeah, it's through the love and passion. That has also helped me get here. So I cannot change it. I cannot like get rid of it. It's so hard
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
Just knowing that, I think like what we were speaking about earlier, that knowing who you are and knowing that you are more than just your sport.
So that has helped me also in sport.
Yeah.
Cheering for others. It's not always about being number one or being the best. It's always about all of us in this thing. Like how do we move as a family? How we move? How do we carry each other? Because I can be the best, but a lot of kids are suffering out there. So what makes the sport important? How do we bring other people into the sport? How do we take care of others while we're in the sport. It's about that. It's not always about one person. So in SA, it became like that. Became about like individuals, and these individuals are forgetting about their communities, are forgetting about the kids that also look up to them. And now, when their characters collapse, also these kids' characters also fall into the part, and now like they're destroying a lot of lives instead of like maintaining that fulfillment,
Yeah.
behaving. And it's, yeah, it's always has to do about behaving. You can be great and behave bad. And
You mentioned earlier that like you learned love through
mhm,
skateboarding.
yeah,
But what I'm hearing you say now, it's not just like, oh, I love this sport. It's almost shown you, you know, I love this sport. I love the people I work with. I love the community I live in. I love the country I represent. I love the sense of family that it brings me. And it shows you like there's so much more to the word love than just romantic feelings or just familial feelings. There's so much more to that word, and I
yeah,
find that really interesting.
yeah. So what I've learned also, to believe in someone, you always have to play like these other parts too. You can't just say I believe in them. You always gotta invest in them, love them, take care of them, even though they're not doing what you wanted them to do. Like in terms of the sport, you gotta always teach them how to do good, even though they're not skating behind the scene. Because if there's a bridge in that, they will always not participate well in the sport. There'll be a gap, and you gotta fill that gap, even though you're a coach or anybody that's helping them out. So I had to learn those things in order to keep also the sport going and growing. So that's the love that I'm talking about. You you gotta be like family to them, even though they have their own family, their own original family, biological family. You have
Yeah.
to act as that kind of person into their lives, and that will
Yep.
grow them. And
Well, and there's more than one type of family, and I think we've seen this through sport. I think we can see this a little bit through mentorship as well, that you don't have to be born into something to be considered a family. Moving from that is how has your mentor through Say Yes or other mentors, how have they supported you along this way, along your journey?
yeah, reminding me nothing is perfect, and don't try to give out 100%. You can think about it before you go present yourself out there in the world. It won't be 100%, but when you think about it, it's perfect. When you think about it, the imagination is perfect. Nothing is wrong in the imagination, but action wise, there will be a little bit of mistakes there and there. So I don't try to make myself 100% perfect or 100%
Yeah.
human. I try as much my best. And if people don't pick up that, they won't learn about that. They won't learn that life is not always 100%. That's why we come in relationship. Relationship as like we gotta always help each other. And then that's where the other percentage is missing. You understand? Even though I'm teaching them a lot about life. I'm also picking up a lot from them. It's an exchange. They're also teaching me how to deal with kids if I one day have my own kids, and stuff like that. So that's what I'm learning. But so it
It's
plays
true.
both parts. Yeah, it plays both parts in different. It's like different worlds, but it's one world in
Yeah.
your own life. So that's where you gotta always look into it. That's what I've learned, about the mentorship program. I need these people. There's always a team behind every athlete or person. If the athlete doesn't listen to the team, I mean, there will always be disappointments. You didn't communicate with me. You didn't tell me this happened. And if the if everybody is in place, like you see when you check Formula One, when you check I think it's the pit crew. You see when they like the cars at Formula One
Yeah.
when you inject all those wheels. If everybody is not will not communicate well, there will be a mistake. There will be maybe a bolt is missing in the wheel, and then the whole team loses. So it's like that. So you need all these people to support you and always give out your all to them in order for you to become, to do everything well. So that's what I mean about this
Yeah.
program. I need these things also shape me and then bring out myself out there and then say thank you. And that's that's the valuable part of life. It's not about always like offering something, and it's always about that voice that comes out of people and that heart they have. You know, that's what I've taken it seriously. Yeah.
What is a moment that you felt especially proud or accomplished?
There's a lot, but I would say when I went to Germany for the first time, so it was just the exchange program. Like the Germans would come in SA, we would go to Germany. So I learned a lot, about life, being outside, and I learned a lot. Like everything that I do, like there's a lot. There's always stuff missing in our lives as we go. Like we think we've we have reached where we have to be, but there's always more to learn. So rather than wasting time on other things that won't be beneficial, I started like to focus more on people, like hearing people's voices and starting to share more, with positive people and started grasping into that. So yeah, that's what I learned from that program. When I started skating, it was almost about like always skating, forgetting about people, not listening to people and stuff like that. So I started like paying attention on that, and it grew me all the time. It shaped my life, and it's still doing that till this moment. So yeah, that what I can say, like a moment that, yeah, that was special.
Well, I can understand. Like, I get now why you are an accomplished athlete because you get it. Like, I'm sitting here listening to you, and you're not picking out, oh, I felt so accomplished when I won this competition, or I felt so accomplished when this great thing happened. You feel accomplished when you receive opportunities, when you make the most of opportunities, and when you learn through experience. And that's something that can't be coached or taught, and that's really, really special.
I wanna give back that specialty, to a lot of kids out there. I hope it's a mindset thing. Some get it, some won't get it, but I hope it opens up to them. I hope they find it. It's
Yeah.
inside. I know it's inside, but we can give them direction to get there. Through their actions, through how they do on a daily basis. Yeah,
Sorry.
through what they do on a daily basis, through their character. I also made a lot of mistakes in my life. I won't lie about that, but I always share about this. It's not always about the good side of my life. It's also to do about the bad side that I've went through, and then also changed me. It also made me be self-aware, and it has helped me to navigate myself and direct myself into like positive spaces.
What are some next goals or dreams that you have for the future? Maybe.
So the goals for now is like training more and doing high rocks and being good at it. The goal is behind physical well-being. It's not about an achievement or anything to do with that. When I came into the sport, it's never been about like trophies. Even though I win, then it's always been about how can I give back without being number one, and how do you do that? Like it's always been like that. Like so, what I would say accomplished for now is like, yeah, training more, not to get injured and stuff like that, and learning a lot of like about diet, yeah, train the kids more in my community, train the kids more, and I'm hopefully going back to school next year. Yeah, I think that's what I have in my mind for now.
And again, that speaks to your character again, that even your goals are about self-improvement, but also about improvement of others. What advice would you give to other young people or younger people who want to get started in skateboarding or in sport at all?
Number one, I would say when you start skating, you just need yourself. You just need yourself to do the sport. You don't need you need coaching there and there. But if you just maybe try believing yourself more and just so that you find what's good for you, and then when you find it, you can be coached into that and start like inviting people because when I started skating, I didn't want any coaches. I didn't want anybody. I just wanted to, because during that time, as I was skating during that time, it helped me, cope with myself. It was never about the people. We attack ourselves within, right? Yeah, things in our body that take control of us. So I had to learn that and then come back clean, and then people would join me on my lives and stuff like that. So advice into skateboarding. Number one, don't expect anything from skateboarding, and it's about you and the sport. It's not about what you're gonna gain. All those things when they came into my life is it's things that I never knew that I'll accomplish. But I'm all till this day it's me and the sport. It's never about the surroundings, but I'm helping the surroundings know themselves because a lot of people often forget about like if they stop skating, they forget about who they are. Yeah, they don't know how to cope with the world outside of skateboarding, and it becomes so bad for them. They start picking up these bad habits and stuff like that. So I don't want these kids to go into that. So what I would tell them, skateboarding is to do about your inside, how you carry yourself on your inside. Like how do you behave? Not putting in stuff, toxic stuff. How you behave on the inside, and then your skateboarding will be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's you weren't coachable when you first started. You didn't want to do it for glory or to win things. You
Yes.
just needed an escape. And
Yes.
then you learned to love it. And
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
sport, you learned that this is actually something good. This is actually something that's going to benefit me in so many different areas, that it's not just I'm winning things. Yeah. And you have to learn how to deal with that too, to deal with that disappointment sometimes and realize it's not about that. It's more about if I did my best and that's all, then I can be happy and I can be proud.
Yes. Yes. That's what stood out for me in skateboarding. It was skateboarding that taught me how to deal with myself after disappointments, after my mistakes, after a lot of things that seemed so huge to deal with, but I
Yeah.
went through it, and there's still positive things that happened after that. I didn't lose myself through that. So that's what I want to teach the kids because social media has become a huge platform in our lives, and it's a lot of lives are drowning in social media, you know comparison and a lot of stuff, comparing ourselves with other people. I'm not good enough. I'm not well enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not happy enough. There's never enough in social media. So how do we decrease that? So that's what I want to teach people through skateboarding. As the live sport, how do I also get to the other part of being a human? Because it's so hard. I cannot control people. I will never control people. But it's so hard to do it if there's nothing that can attract them. But if there's nothing that's drawn within their lives, it's hard to do that. It's hard to like bring them closer. And
Yeah.
what you bring them closer to, it's a good thing for their lives. But they don't realize it once they learn about it.
If you could go back and tell your younger self one thing, what would be?
Yeah, I would say thanks for not giving up. Uh, Thanks for not giving up, and I would say everything that happened. There's beauty in every season. From the trees that you see outside, they go through all these seasons without leaves, and but they continue to grow. You know, every year they grow, they blossom. So I would say everything that that happened, it had to happen. But to get here, it was hard. We will have to go through this pain and stuff like that. I would say that. I would say thanks for not giving up. I still love you. I still appreciate you, and forever will do.
All right. Well, it's
Yeah.
been a lovely chat. I am really excited to follow this journey with you.